Hi, welcome to the 5-minute meetup. This is a 5-minute video that I do. Usually I would say on Fridays, but today it's Tuesday. So usually I do my 5-minute meetups on Friday and my longer form videos on Tuesdays, but for NaNoWriMo, I'm swapping them. And the reason for this is so that when I do my longer vlogs on Friday, it'll actually comprise like a full week of me doing NaNoWriMo. So it makes more sense to have the vlogs on Fridays and to have my 5-minute meetups on the Tuesday, which is kind of better because it kind of almost sets you up with some tips for the week. So welcome to this week's 5-minute meetup on Tuesday for NaNoWriMo November. So National Novel Writing, whatever. Anyway, today I'm talking about 3 easy tricks for getting your word count in for NaNoWriMo. So for this month, you will have a daily word count. If you're doing a 50,000 word goal, it'll be 1,667 words. And I feel like during NaNoWriMo, there's always this feeling of how do I get those words down? Like, how am I gonna get that done? And of course, you can just sit at your computer, your notebook or whatever and just do it. But that can be hard. Like, I will do that sometimes. I'll do that actually quite a lot of the time, but sometimes you just end up sitting at the computer not really getting anything done, or you get very stuck, or it feels very daunting. It feels really difficult to get those words in. And so these are kind of 3 tricks that I use to make it easier for me to get my word counts in. So trick number 1 is to split up your writing throughout the day. So for example, you get up an hour earlier than you would for work and you write some in the morning. Take your little, I don't know how your work situation is, but like for me, I would put my work on a USB and I would take it to work with me. And then at lunch, I would write a little bit. And then when I got home from work, I would write a little bit again. And so splitting that up throughout the day, usually I would do the morning and evening thing and I'd skip out the lunch bit, but like depends on how you like to do things. But for me, like that splitting it out throughout the day, like the writing I did in the morning, by the time I get to the evening, like I've really forgotten that I've even done it, so it doesn't feel as effortful, but then I'm not spending as much time. So then I'm kind of spending like an hour and a half in the morning, and an hour and a half in the evening, and like instead of spending like a full 3 hours in the evening or the morning getting those words in. And so that's kind of the nice thing about that split. And that's like a trick that you can do to help get your word count in, is to split that up during the day. The second tip I have for getting your word count in is to do sprints. So for example, what I'll do sometimes is I'll do 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off. So I'll sprint for 20 minutes, I'll take a break and do whatever I want for 20 minutes, sprint for 20 minutes, break, sprint, break, sprint. You get the idea. But essentially doing the sprints so that you have a short period of time when you are focused in on your work, and then you have an equal amount of time when you are kind of giving yourself time to relax, and really structuring that, I would say. Because sometimes if you just let yourself go whatever, you might not get those words in at all, versus if you're like sprinting on and off consistently at the same time, then it's a little bit more helpful. I'm actually going to put a link in the description to a website that I use that will loop your timer. So you can put on a 20-minute timer on a loop. So then it'll do like 20 minutes, it'll ding you, and then you stop writing and it'll loop 20 minutes again, and then you can do whatever you want, and then it'll come back. And my third and final trick for getting your word count in is to join a live word sprint, whether that's joining a live word sprint on YouTube that somebody is doing, or whether that's going to the live write-ins that your local NaNoWriMo chapter will hold. I'm going to be going to one in Toronto next week. Yes, next week. I'm going to be going to one in Toronto. But doing that can give you that accountability of other people, which can help you get those words in. And it's also kind of the same sort of mechanism in that it does that sprint, but it has that built-in break, so to speak. But really what that trick relies on is the accountability of knowing that other people are aware of you getting your words down to help you make sure that you get your words in. And so those are my 3 tricks for getting your word count in for NaNoWriMo. Do you have any tricks that you use to help get your word count in? Please comment and share your tips and tricks, and then we can all learn from each other. And yes, these 5-minute videos I'm going to be doing all through November, every Tuesday, to help give tips about NaNoWriMo, or to even talk about like feelings that you might have during NaNoWriMo and how to get through those. And then on Fridays, I'm going to have my NaNoWriMo vlogs. Those are going to be weekly vlogs. So tune in for those. And you know how you can see those every time they come up. You can hit that subscribe button and subscribe to me if you haven't already. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And thank you so much for watching, and happy NaNoWriMoing. Bye.